Every morning I read the Bible. It's kind of like a non-negotiable part of my morning routine. But did you know there's actually a YouTube Bible? It's a book that I found that's written by Daryl Eves. He's actually the mastermind behind helping MrBeast grow and do so well. And I believe every content creator should go through and read this book. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about what it teaches us about how to use YouTube analytics. This video is perfect if you're a complete beginner, if you've never looked at analytics before, if that seems kind of scary and new to you, that's what this video will cover today. What I've noticed as I've studied content creators, and Daryl Eves talks about this in his book, is that those who are successful on YouTube and in content in general, they look at their analytics. They look at what is the data telling me, and they translate that into slow, tiny changes over time. This is how he helped people like MrBeast blow up and become probably the #1 YouTuber of all time. And also how he helped launch The Chosen, which is a Christian TV show that is now on a global scale. And he used these principles throughout the whole process. So in order, I'm going to show you first what metrics he says actually matter. The second is to show you how to access your analytics and pull the correct information so that you can use that to make informed decisions. And third, I'm going to show you how to use AI to be able to look at the patterns and to give you some actionable insight on how you can use this data to make better content. Okay, so if you've been in the content creation space for a while, you've probably heard that views don't actually matter. And that statement has sparked a lot of debate. And what I love about the YouTube Formula book is that he goes through and shows you why you should care about views or not care about views. The reason I bring this up is as we dive into your analytics today, if your focus, your sole focus is on how many views did my piece of content get, you're going to fall short. You're going to get stuck. I know this because I've tried growing several YouTube channels without success, and all I focused on was views. And having made that mistake for a couple of years, I'm telling you, there's a much better way. So let's talk about what metrics actually matter. What are the pieces of information you need to know as a content creator to actually go out, find your customers, and build a business? The first kind of combo is we need to know our click-through rate and our impressions. Impressions tell you how many times your thumbnail and your title are actually showed to a viewer. The click-through rate is what % of those people actually clicked on it. They actually looked at your title and thumbnail and they said, that sounds interesting. I want to watch that. This is the baseline for our metrics because on YouTube especially, it is all driven by people who actually click on the content. When I started this YouTube channel, my focus was on making better editing. I actually hired a video editor, which has been fantastic. And I also focused on using artificial intelligence to write better scripts. What I found though is even as those parts get better, it has no effect on if a video is going to do well or not because I'm not improving the title and thumbnail. So the click-through rate stays low. If people aren't clicking on your content, they're not going to be able to watch the rest of it. The next is average view duration. This is the average amount of time in minutes and seconds that viewers are watching your video. This is so important because the more time that people spend on your content, that means they're spending more time on YouTube or on Instagram. No matter the platform, their goal is to keep people on watching content. So the more your average view duration goes up, then it signals to YouTube that viewers are going to stay on their platform if they see your content. Therefore, they push your content more. The next one, which I think is almost even more important, is average percentage viewed. The reason this is important is because it's showing the quality of your video. Is your video actually engaging people? Is your video creating aha moments, giving them those insights or dopamine hits that are keeping them on the video, learning, engaged, and they want to continue following you? I love this metric because it's helping me understand at what point are people tending to drop off or to stop watching. Say it's at the 50% mark, then I know at halfway through, people are getting bored, getting distracted, and clicking off. I need to change something at that point to improve my videos. Okay, stick with me. These next two are very, very important. The watch time and the views. Now, watch time is highly tied to you being able to get money for your content on YouTube. In fact, there's actually a certain amount of watch time you have to accumulate to be able to qualify for monetization for your channel. This is the total amount of time that people are watching your stuff. And then views, of course, of people who see your content. Whether they sit there for a minute or they watch the entire thing, it counts as a view. This last one is actually pretty cool, and it's average views per viewer. I'm gonna give you an example to explain this one. Let's say I'm looking at the Outdoor Boys, right? And this channel has a bunch of camping and really cool content that I enjoy. And I start to watch one video, and then it leads me to another video, and then another, and another, and another. And I start binge watching their content. Say I watch 10 videos, right? And then I get distracted and I don't really watch them anymore, right? Now let's say that every single person who interacts with that channel tends to do the same thing. They go on and they watch a ton of videos before they move on, right? That means their average view per viewer is really high. It's saying that people come to your channel and they don't just want to sit around for one video, they want to watch a bunch of videos. This is helpful because it's telling you more about your particular viewer. Are they coming and watching a lot of videos, or are they kind of watching one or two and then dipping out? They don't want to watch anymore. Especially if you're trying to build a business around this, you want people to binge watch your content, to go to you as the source or the expert on that particular topic. So just to review, we have the impressions, which is how many people are they showing your title and thumbnail to. Next is total watch time, total number of viewers, and then last, of course, average view per viewer. This is how many videos or views are you getting from one person on average. Now, all of those might seem overwhelming, and so that's why I'm going to put a Google Doc in the description of this video that's actually going to have each name and a brief description. So if you ever get lost, you can go to that, look at it. And if you still feel lost, I highly recommend putting what is click-through rate and give it to Gemini. It's like Google's ChatGPT. The reason I like it is because Google owns Gemini and YouTube. So any YouTube questions I have, I usually go to Gemini. It's the best source I've found so far. So check out the link in the description if you want more information on those key metrics. But how do we actually go and find those metrics? How do we actually look at and use that data? That's what I'm going to show you here. So we're going to jump onto the computer and look at my screen. First, we're going to log on to YouTube and we're going to go to our channel. I'm going to click on my profile picture. I'm going to go to YouTube Studio. And then on the left-hand side, we have dashboard, content, and analytics. This is where I want to go to get my analytics information. Now I can go through and see, the total number of views over the past 28 days. I can do overview, content, even find some information about my audience or trends. But this really just gives you an overview or a summary. Derral Eves in his YouTube formula book highly recommends that we go to this tab on the right, which is the advanced mode. The reason is because I can get much more granular. I can find more pieces of information about my performance. The way he recommends doing this is, by the way, something that most people are not going to spend time to do. The reason is because it sounds overwhelming, it feels like it takes too long, and most people just don't care. However, because of artificial intelligence, we can make this process way faster. So as I show you this, just remember, you don't have to do a lot of crazy math. We're going to use AI to help us. Derral Eves actually recommends that we go through and we filter by traffic source. I look at all the traffic that came to my video using search. And I'm going to take all those key pieces of information, click-through rate, average view duration, right? And I'm going to get a baseline. The reason this is important is because I can then find out, okay, I made this video about how to do a gardening, and maybe I noticed that this video did amazing with search, but browse, it didn't do very well. That information helps me know, oh, if I want to make a search video, then I'm going to use the same frameworks that I did for this one. It also helps you know if a video is doing really well compared to normal or if it completely flops. So now that we're in the advanced analytics part, we want to actually give this data to AI to help us understand what's doing well and what's not. The way that Derral Eves recommends doing this is that we actually filter based on traffic source. There's 3 types of traffic. Number 1 is search. That means that people found your video because they searched into the search bar and your video pulled up. The second is browse. That means that they were just browsing, scrolling through YouTube. They found your video, the title and the thumbnail, they clicked on it and they watched it. The third is suggested. That means that they're watching some other piece of content and it just pulls up or suggests to them, hey, based on what you like and what you don't like, I think you're gonna like this video. And they click on it and they watch it. If we look here at breakdown, we wanna have content and then filter by traffic source. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find YouTube search, apply. And now what this is going to do is it's going to filter all the views, watch time, subscribers, average view duration, impressions, and click-through rate. It's going to filter all of that based on the traffic source of search. All of these numbers are coming from people who searched something and then found my video. Now, you're probably posting YouTube shorts and long-form videos. I'm learning how to do better on my long-form videos. I'm going to do another filter, which is actually content type. And you can either do live stream, shorts, or videos. I want only videos. That means your long form content. Now, maybe you're looking at my dashboard here and you're saying, oh, the average view duration isn't already built in, or some other metric you mentioned isn't already built in. Luckily, we have this plus here, add metric to the table. For example, if I want to add the average view per viewer, right, which we talked about, I can click on that, apply. Now the column is going to show on the table. In the YouTube formula, it's recommended that we find the baseline for all the 3 primary sources of traffic. So again, clicking on traffic source, YouTube search, suggested videos, and browse. Once I've selected my first source, I'm actually going to come over here and click download and put it as a .csv file. This is going to be great for me to give to AI. This could be Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever new one comes out in 5 years. You can give this to that AI and actually pull out the baseline so you can find out on average, what is my click-through rate for my content in search? What is my average click-through rate in browse? What is my average click-through rate in suggested? Now, if you give this to your AI and you have a problem, what happened was I forgot to click breakdown by content. At first, I was doing it by traffic source, thinking that that was going to give me the different traffic sources that I needed, but it actually just gives you the overall average rather than breaking it down by individual video. See, when I break it down by content and I filter for videos, this is going to go through and actually give me all of my individual videos and the individual views and the individual watch time, etc., so that it can do the calculus, math it all out for me, and then give me the average or the baselines for my channel. I like to use Claude, so I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna give it this prompt. Hey, so I'm gonna give you a .csv file that I downloaded from my YouTube analytics. What I want you to do is to establish a baseline for each metric that I put in that table. Okay, so now I can do plus, add the file, and I have this zip file, so I actually need to go pull this up and unzip it, bloop, and it's gonna have this table, which is a .csv file. So you go add file, table data, and I'm just gonna let it do its work. While this is working, I can go back to my YouTube analytics, change the filter from YouTube search, again, traffic source, and let's say I want to do suggested videos. Same thing, download the CSV and go on. This should be just YouTube search. I'm doing it one at a time for you. Now, this is an important part, right? So I went through and I gave it this prompt and it asked me, hey, there's nothing that says what is the actual traffic source. And this is important when working with AI. It's only as smart as the inputs that are given. So probably would have been better is if I downloaded all of them, labeled them in my downloads file of YouTube search, YouTube browse, YouTube suggested, and then just uploaded them all at once. For the sake of this video, I just wanted to do one, try to make it simpler. Now, the thing I like about Claude is it can already put this in a visual, right? So it's showing my click-through rate, 7.25%, 69 impressions, average view duration, 2 minutes and 57 seconds, 0.34 hours, right? 7 views across all videos. Now, this is from viewers who are watching from search, right? This is my channel baseline. Now, what's great is you can do this for all of your different pieces of content. It's going to give you, of course, down below a little blurb as well. That's going to help you understand what's going well and what can you change in your channel. Now, if you're already monetized and you're part of the YPP program, right, you're able to do this automatically with AI. You can actually connect your Claude code to your YouTube channel and it will pull all this information for you so you don't have to download and do the .csv stuff. I'm not monetized yet, and so I'm doing this manually, but once I get monetized, which if you hit that subscribe and that like, that will help us get there faster, then I can go through and show you how to do that automatically, setting it up with AI. It's that going through your analytics can be a game changer. I'm starting to take YouTube seriously, and so I'm going to go through, I'm going to look at the analytics, and I'm going to make adjustments based on what I see. And I honestly believe that's the difference between a content creator who's going to actually be able to monetize, grow their channel, grow their business, whatever your goals are, versus someone who just does it as a hobby. I've been doing this as a hobby for a long time, and now I'm stepping into wanting to be monetized, wanting to make this my income. And so I'm going through, I'm doing the work, and I'm excited to see the results. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe and check out our other videos where we talk about how to use AI in your daily work as a content creator. And again, remember, you're in the right place.